Rise up, family. Bless up, bless up. This your man Goose here with Goose Park Productions, and today we will be discussing Joe Biden and how racist he really is. Now he's the true racist. A lot of people will say Trump is the racist candidate here, but clearly, the fake media, the fake news is going to display Trump as the racist and Biden as, the Captain Savior. You know what I'm saying? Like he's Superman or Batman. He's here to save us, but he's really not who he think he or who he say he is. Now I have a video here that I pulled up today. Um, if I'm not mistaken, today is December 4th. It's related to NBC News and how Biden delivers remarks on final jobs report of 2020.
Be happy to take some questions.
Mr. President-elect, one of the biggest tasks that you will have when you enter office is distributing a vaccine. Your team has started to meet with the Trump administration to learn of their plans as you are set to inherit this task. Are you satisfied with the current plans that are underway for distributing that vaccine? Do you feel that the federal government is doing enough at this point? And what steps do you think need to be taken between now and when those first vaccines go out?
Well, there's a lot more that has to be done. They've clued us in on their planning on how they plan to distribute the actual vaccine to the various states. But there is no detailed plan, that we've seen anyway, as to how you get the vaccine out of a container into an injection syringe into somebody's arm.
Now, how the fuck there's no plan in effect to get it out the canister into the syringe into somebody's arm? Do that make any fucking sense, bro? You just take the needle, stick it in the canister, and you inject it in the nigga arm, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's evil as hell, but some people don't mind getting that process done to them. But it's just that simple. So I don't get that question, but it's an answer, but let's go.
And it's going to be very difficult for that to be done, and it's a very expensive proposition. For example, we agree with their priorities that they've laid out so far. I do, at least. My team is looking at it, of dealing with first responders and those in nursing homes and in home care, the first people on the list. But we also have to realize that we're in a situation where there has to be some equity in the way this is distributed.
Now, people don't realize what equity is. He said there has to be some equity in the way it's distributed. He didn't say equality. He said equity. And what that means is money, nigga. There got to be money involved. So that's automatically. Now, what's funny is, if I'm not mistaken, a few weeks ago, Kamala Harris stated that they're going to be providing free vaccines, or it's going to be distributed for free. And ain't nothing come in this world free that's good. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be woke to that shit, bro. Like, they not here to help us. You just heard this man out his mouth say it has to be equity involved. That's money. Now let's keep it going.
And that requires, for example, right now we're in a situation where you have, the leading cause of death for all Americans this week is COVID-19. Blacks and Latinos are 3 times as likely to die if they get COVID-19.
Now you hear this fuck nigga? You can't tell me that ain't racist, bruh. Come on now, bruh. That's racist as fuck, fool. He said blacks and Latinos are more likely to get COVID-19. But then prior to that, he said it has to be equitable. All right?
But blacks and Latinos are 3 times as likely to die if they get COVID-19. And so the communities of color, it's a mass casualty event. And so we got to figure out how we make sure we get the vaccine to those communities. Delivering the large amounts of the vaccine to the Walmarts and other major drug chains does not get you into a lot of these neighborhoods, and it doesn't guarantee that it gets around. So we got a lot of work to do, and there has to be the equity side of this has to be an important part of distribution. In addition to that, the cost of actually getting the serum into a injection, into a needle, And then somebody's arm costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of folks to be able to get that done. And we have to have a much better way than we've seen thus far as to how it's distributed. In some states, like the governor of Utah say, just deliver to the Capitol, I can take care of it in our conversation. Well, that could be true. But in large states like California, Texas, Illinois, Florida, et cetera, it's not that easy. There has to be an overall plan. That's what we're working on right now. And that's why I asked Dr. Fauci to stay on and to be my chief advisor on this issue, but also to be part of the COVID team.
The most urgent invention in the world right now is a vaccine that prevents you from getting COVID-19. What vaccines do is they teach your immune system about the pathogen. This is the coronavirus, and this shape on its outside is called the spike protein. It grabs on to the cells in your body that have a particular receptor and get that cell to make billions of copies of this virus. The first time that you're exposed to this virus, it takes literally days for your immune system to realize that it's a bad thing. So how do we get the immune system to go faster? Well, the idea of a vaccine is to give you an exposure to something that looks like this, so you're getting your body to make a lot of antibodies that can take these viruses and actually kill them. There's over 100 different efforts making many different types of coronavirus vaccines. So how do you make a vaccine? Usually you're injecting at least part of the shape of the virus. Sometimes you do the whole virus, but it's attenuated so it doesn't multiply too much. Sometimes you take the virus and you kill it. You won't get sick because they're not duplicating. What's typically done is you just take either a piece of the virus or just the spike, that thing on the surface, and you put it on something else. So there's no risk at all of causing the disease. One final way that's new and is promising is called the RNA vaccine. With RNA and DNA, instead of putting that shape in, you put instructions in the code to make that shape. So the Gates Foundation, along with a great number of partners, are looking at these different efforts. We've never created a new vaccine in less than 5 years. So this is urgent, and it's going to require incredible collaboration. It's going to have to go to 7 billion people. So I am optimistic that one of the vaccine efforts will give us vaccines in the next 18 months. And we'll make sure that it's produced in volume and that it's accessible to everyone in the world. That's how we're going to end this pandemic.
So there we have it, bruh. This fuck nigga just said he want to keep Fauci on his team. And he wants to, you know what I'm saying, distribute this vaccine to the blacks and the Latinos. And thus, it has to be a better way than the way it's been done now. So basically, the way it's been done, let me translate it for my niggas out here, for my black people. What he's basically saying is the walk-up and the walk-in COVID testing has not been working. Leaving these states open to do what they want to do is not good. It hasn't been working. So basically, he's basically saying it in a nice way, like, bitch, we about to shut this bitch down and everybody about to get vaccinated, because he said it just takes a lot of people to make sure we get vaccinated. So a lot of people, he didn't say what people. Now, people is a broad and vague motherfucking statement, bruh. And let me tell y'all, for y'all that ain't been paying attention, fool, I'm trying to tell you, bro, this nigga gonna slice us up, bruh. It's gonna be it, bro. Him, Barack, you know what I'm saying, Fauci, William Barr, they have multiple cruel people in place to execute these things, bro. Trust me, bro. We don't want to get them to that point. So my closing remarks is, you know, I just want everybody to be safe, man. Do your research. I'm going to be doing multiple videos. They're going to be on my website, goosepark.com. Be sure to check out coolpeoples.com. We have a gaming forum that's currently out right now, and we will be launching more things with that. We also have a Cool People's Radio, internet radio station. I'll be sure to post the links and stuff in the bio or in the description. We also have Goose Park apparel, things like that. But just in general, man, Joe Biden just basically told us that, the Hispanics and blacks are the poorest community. They're going to vaccinate us first, and it has to be worth money. You know what I'm saying? It has to be some kind of money involved, of course, because if you're going to put people time into this, you have to pay these people, and you know the serum is not going to be cheap. Somebody's time and money is invested into that, so they got to recoup their money. So you guys just be woke, man. Y'all wake up, man. Rise up. But this your man Goose Park, and we out. Yeah.